Looks like we
Good
still have a
afternoon,
few
everyone.
people.
Want to give them a minute or so. Anyone have problems downloading or opening up the PowerPoint, PDF? I think someone had mentioned.
PowerPoint. I did, yes.
Okay. Anyone else? Want to make sure I didn't leave anyone out. Still getting acclimated to the process. So.
Hey, Marcel, this is Brandon. I also had troubles accessing the PowerPoint as well.
Okay.
I could not open it as well. This is Edwina.
Okay. It's definitely me. Thank you guys for your patience. Give me one moment.
Neither could I, Darryl White, Queens.
Thank you. Colleen, do I have permission to share my screen?
Yes.
As well? Okay. For time purposes, I'll probably end up sharing the screen and make sure that I resend it out to everyone if that's okay. I did add an additional outline so everyone can follow along. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, awesome. I'm going to share my screen here so everyone can see it. Please let me know if you can see my slide presentation. Yes, okay. All right, awesome. All right, I'll get started with. Also want to say welcome to our first meeting for the Minority Mentoring Program for NCICU. Today, as you guys know, we will talk about a couple of things, and the purpose of today is identified here on the screen. So I'll read it from top to bottom. If you have any questions throughout this PowerPoint presentation, please feel free to stop me, but I'll keep going so we can get out of here on a timely manner. So today's purpose is to finalize information about the foundation of the Minority Mentoring Program, to provide updated information on the Minority Mentoring Program, to provide schools with additional support on how to move forward with their mentoring program on campus, to provide information on developing an effective male mentoring program on campus, to talk about the collaborative effort between each schools within the Minority Male Mentoring Program. Icebreaker, I wanted to, since I'm still learning everyone and we're learning each other, I wanted to do a quick icebreaker slash introduction. So as you introduce yourself and what school you're with, I wanted each of you to, I guess, share what are one or two things you are passionate about in life and at your school. I wanted to go around, whoever goes first, feel free to take the initiative to go first. So what are one or two things you are passionate about in life and at your school? And as you answer that, please share your name and what school you're with.
Hey, Marcel, my name is Brandon Floyd. I'm current assistant director at High Point University. Let's see, one thing I'm passionate about in life, I know that I like just experiencing outdoors. So hiking, kayaking, traveling to different places. And then specifically about the school, I think that we're grounded in experiential education. So very hands-on, the classwork and the class books. It's great, but having that hands-on experience backed by the resources to do it at High Point University is something I like about the school as well.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Orlando Lewis, and I serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs here at Livingstone College. And I think things that I'm passionate about in life are, of course, my family here, and of course, my two grandchildren here. They keep me going, the joy of my life here. I've got a 10-year-old who's about to be 11-year-old daughter and going to be a 2-year-old grandson here. So those are the things that I'm passionate about in life, with family and keeping them moving and motivated. And at our school here is that, of course, I'm a strong advocate for students. And we have just gone through our SACS accreditation process with no recommendations whatsoever. So we have been fully accredited for 10 years here. And then, of course, ensuring that our students are moving forward in the right trajectory, making them a part of the fabric of the institution.
Hi, I'm Edwina Roselle. I'm the Director of Persistence at Gardner-Webb University. And I guess I am passionate about family as well and nature. And at our university, I really enjoy helping students. We have a lot of first-generation students. I enjoy helping them figure out their paths and move forward in education. And Dee?
Hello, my name is Dee Pettis. I am the Director of Tutoring and Testing here at Gardner-Webb. I am passionate about my kids and my one grandchild, the love of my life. And I am, as far as school, I'm passionate about our students. I like to see them succeed.
Hello, everyone. I'm Doug Hall. I serve as Assistant Vice President for Diversity and Inclusion. I'm here at High Point University. One or two things I'm passionate about, like everyone else has mentioned, for me is my family. They're the reason why, I work hard and do what I do, and love to see whatever it is I do to make sure I'm taking care of them. What I'm passionate about at High Point University is, as Brandon mentioned, I love that we're very much experiential focused. And I'm passionate about ensuring that our students not only know that they have the resources there, but also to be driven enough to encourage them to utilize those resources. And so, I kind of make it my mission when we're here at High Point University to ensure that our students are accessing the things that they have connection to here. So certainly excited to obviously be able to work this program, which kind of speaks to that which we're passionate about. Thank you.
I go next. I'm Michael Frederick from Catawba College, Director of Internships and Career Planning. I was going to shout Brandon out here because I'm sitting here listening to Brandon talk, and I actually have flyers of him here in my office, which is pretty awesome. To see the gentleman on the call as well. I go by Big Mike here. I use that, make sure it's a nickname I got when I was in college, and it's one I stick with because I want to make sure students kind of stay connected with me, kind of helps them feel a little bit more comfortable with me when they in their day-to-day passings with me, come into my office, making sure they understand that the door is always wide open. I think both of my passion for my kids at home and the passion for the students here at Catawba run hand in hand is, I feel like I hit a lot of curves in life. And I kind of feel like my purpose in life is to make sure those that come behind me don't hit that same curve. I kind of use that example of, if I hit a pitfall, is kind of a loss of experience if I allow the person that's coming behind me to hit the same pitfall, right? It's my job to educate that person on my path in hopes that they kind of can navigate and don't hit those same stalemates that I hit from the time I left college up till now as a professional. So both of my purposes with as far as being at home and here at work is the same passion and same purpose.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Anthony Brown. I serve as the Director for Student Activities here at Livingstone College. And I am passionate about helping others. And of course, as it relates to Livingstone College, I'm also passionate about helping our students transition from high school to college, finding their way and getting connected with someone here at Livingstone College.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Darryl White, Senior. I'm the Assistant Dean of Diversity, Inclusion, and Community Engagement here at Queens University of Charlotte. And I would say that I have a passion also for my family, but also I think the passion I have in life and for the school is the growth, just seeing growth in people, whether it's, people that I run into every day, my family members, as well as the students, to see these students come in here, first year students, and then to see the growth that they have year by year. It's a passion of mine, and just to know that I can actually contribute to that. Those are some of the things that I feel passionate about just going forward.
Hi, everyone. I am Raquel Daly. I'm the Associate Director for Inclusion and International Career Development at Davidson College. And as far as my passions, just like everyone else said, I'm very passionate about my family. I have 2 little ones here at home, along with my husband. And as far as at work, I also love to travel, as Brandon mentioned. And I am very passionate about helping to expose my students to different ways of life. I work with our international students in our Career Center. And so it's kind of like I get a little taste of international life on a daily basis, but also just help our American students have access to different opportunities abroad as well.
I think I might be the last one. Please forgive the lack of physical presence. I'm joining you on my day off, but I am Samantha Aaron, Director, Title III at Guilford College. I am pretty new to the area from Detroit, so I'm passionate about learning everything I can about North Carolina, these institutions, the educational network and connections here, and helping to make sure that informs my forward trajectory. But as far as being associated with Guilford, it's a wonderful institution with fantastic students. And my main passion there is in making sure that each and every Guilford student has every opportunity they can to be successful in their journey, with a particular passion for students of color, first generation students, making sure that they are properly informed and equipped to make their way to and through college and beyond.
Share. Colleen, would you like to share?
Sure. Well, my first passion would be on the personal level, my 2 kids and my family. But on a more professional level, I am passionate about the independent higher education. I went to a North Carolina independent college, and I just want to, dispel the preconceived notions that it's just for rich kids. And I went to a private college because it was the right fit for me, and I want to make sure that students can go to the college that is the right fit for them. So that is why I am doing what I do, to try to make sure that opportunities are had by anybody who wants it.
Thank you all for sharing, and I'll share as well. I'm definitely passionate about my friends and family, and most of all, inspiring others through music. I am also a musician slash singer outside of involving myself with mentorship. Of course, by default, I love mentoring African-American young men ages 10 to 18 as I run my community faith-based mentoring program, but now get the opportunity to serve in this capacity, but also learn from you guys as well. So I'm definitely passionate to be in this space with you. So we had the opportunity to request your recommendations about defining, coming up with a name for the mentoring program. And as Hope mentioned, and of course Colleen mentioned, this is our program together collectively. Even though I'm the project director, but we're learning from each other. I had the opportunity to send out a survey with all of the schools who responded back to that survey and that email. We came up with the name. The majority ruled iBelong Male Mentoring Program is the name that was selected, and the creator of that is Brother Darrell White, senior with Queens University. So if you guys can give him a round of applause or a hand, whatever you want to do, raise, pat him on the back, in the air. Again, congratulations on creating that name and submitting that name. Of course, iBelong Male Mentoring Program. We will talk about a little bit later about a slogan or motto, just start thinking about a tagline alongside iBelong Male Mentoring Program, but that's what everyone chose. The majority ruled on that selection. So again, Brother Darrell, right, congratulations on that. Did you want to speak on your vision behind iBelong? Thoughts around it?
No, actually, I almost forgot that I submitted that one. I had a few others that I was thinking about, and but I always think that as far as belonging and especially our male students of color here at a predominantly white institution, I just feel like that's just one for people to kind of lock into their minds that they belong, and so yeah, that's just one of a few that I had in mind. And yeah, like I said, I forgot that I had even submitted that one. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Before we really get started, I wanted to share some things along the iBelong Male Mentoring Program name, some things to think about as we do develop a framework around the name of the program. As you're working with these students, ask yourself these questions. We don't have to answer them now, but these are things to think about as we're having a consistent wave of language around this name, but also what we're focusing on with this pilot. Why do students belong to this mentoring program, right? Where do students belong within this mentoring program? And what will students gain by belonging to this mentoring program? I just wanted to pose these questions as it correlates to the name, as we're, of course, promoting the name, promoting the framework of who we are as coordinators, but also as these students begin to engage in this mentoring program. These are some of the questions to think about. We can talk about them a little bit later. I know we have other things to discuss. Again, I just wanted to pose these questions as we think about not only the slogan, but also involving these students in this program on why they belong here. Coordinators for this mentoring program, the first point of contacts are all confirmed. I just want to go over some points that I think is important for us to note. The second point of contact, updated emails and phone numbers, I do not have, so I will be sending out additional email for those emails from those second point of contact members and numbers. So again, just wanted to share that information that everyone have shared that point of contact with me, and thank you for responding to all of the emails that I will share, not only after today, but again, over the next 2 years. If there's a change of point of contact, please email me. There's a change of point of contact, whether that's the second point of contact, or if you are transitioning from that point of contact, please update us so we can update that within our system accordingly. That way we can get the information out to you as well as we're getting acclimated into this process as well. Identifying students on campus. I know this was a major question across the board. Submission of school addresses. I do have all of the schools, the demographics of the students. We've been talking about extending that deadline. I know several schools are still in the process of collecting those demographics. The question is, how much time is needed to gather those demographics for those who are still working on that. So we just want to kind of hear from those who are still working on that at this time.
I'll say that, I have roughly 12 students who have committed to being a part of it. We actually did an interest meeting last week. I think there's still more from our first introduction meeting. I thought that we were saying that we can actually kind of have it where we can keep adding people. And so I'm just, a question to you is whether or not you just want to kind of have whatever we have right now. And then if we end up getting more students, we just continue to add to that. So is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I had a question regarding the Pell. It was 75% that needed to be Pell, or what was the other stipulation? For financially qualified.
Qualify for need-based.
Okay, so we have students that we're pretty sure would qualify, but they haven't filed their FAFSA yet. So how do we work that into the numbers with those students?
When do you expect them to be complete with that process?
Our financial aid office continually asks them to get that information in, but sometimes they don't complete it. So what happens in that case? Are those students not counted or not counted as eligible? How does that work?
No, if you believe that they qualify, I would go ahead and include them.
Okay.
And then we can just worry about how we report that at the end.
Okay, thank you.
So that gives me another question just based off of that. So is it that each one of these students need to be eligible for that? Or are you saying 75% of the campus needs to be Pell eligible? Because when I read the original thing that we filled out, I thought it was more about the campus and not so much like the students themselves.
75% of the participants in the program
Okay.
be eligible.
Okay.
So you can have participants that are not. That way, we wanted to make sure it was inclusive. So it's just the participants and not the campus.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Sorry, not to beat a dead horse. So is it that 75% need to be Pell eligible or just have a need?
Need.
Great, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Any other
Yeah, I know for
questions?
us, those demographics were due today, correct?
Well, there were originally, but again, we're going to extend that time. We're just asking how much time do you think we need to kind of get that first group of students in. We don't want to rush anyone, but again, we just want to move this, right along so we can, again, start moving forward to issuing those checks to start the process.
For our institution, we had about a 10-day shutdown of sorts because we had identified a small COVID pocket. So it backed up our ability to move forward with our initial meetings and whatnot, where we were going to complete collection of that data. So I know for us, we would need at least another week or so. We've come out of that period now and are getting things back on track. But another week would be what we would need as an institution.
Well, awesome. That's just totally fine. Just continue to communicate with us and we'll support you as time goes.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Anderson, Dr. Lewis with Livingstone College, did you receive our information?
Here, not the demographic information. The first one about the school address and who you guys want the check to be sent to. There was another email sent out on the demographics that was requested from NCICU.
Okay, you should have received that one, but I'll check
Okay,
my emails here as well. Okay.
thank you. Any additional questions on the submission? Okay. Issuing the checks and evaluation of the program, I'll give it over to Colleen.
Hi, just trying to come off mute there. Yeah, so we want to get these checks out to you ASAP, and it sounds like everybody has already submitted their primary contact and where to send these. So we are hoping to get checks distributed next week, the week of the 25th, so you can be on the lookout for that.
I know we talked about dates to submit evaluation of the program towards, I think, the December. Do you want to talk about that as well?
Yeah, we'll be looking at kind of an update mid-December, just kind of mid-program, just to kind of see where things are, and then again at the end of the academic year. So I'm going to put together some key things that you're going to want to have for those evaluations. It's going to be very brief, a few bullet points, nothing too complicated, but I'll give you an idea of that just so you can be thinking about it as things go.
Awesome. Any questions? Awesome. Okay, mentoring training, orientation activities. This is to be determined by the school schedules. I know school schedules vary depending on each school and also the calendar. I'll be providing additional mentoring training as we move forward. Also, we'll be providing a mentoring guide and talk about the evaluation and assessment process for the student who are part of this mentoring program. As relates to selecting mentors for this mentoring program, I believe there's an assessment process that is required to evaluate that particular student and their career interests. So once that is done, we will again share additional information on how to connect that particular student with that mentor. Some of you guys have already started this process or have been doing this work already. I want to ask the question, what's working for you for those who actually started, with the mentoring program or started this work already? What has been working for you as you've started this process prior to this pilot?
Here over at Catawba, we have a Black Alumni Association that started about 2 years ago. That's been very successful in connecting graduates back to the college. And ever since they started the program 2 years ago, they've been itching to have a mentoring program that they can reconnect successful alums in the community and abroad back to connect with students here on campus. So that's kind of been our big key point in getting mentors lined up.
Can you talk about your mentor-mentee match process as well?
We will start that next week, so I can't really go into deep detail about that one. We actually, our first meeting is actually day after tomorrow. So that first meeting is with the director of the Black Alum Network is this Friday. So from there, we'll be talking about the selection process.
Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? talk about what's
Connected our
already working.
program. I'm sorry, what was that?
No, go ahead, I'm sorry.
We've connected our program with the Black Student Union, which at one point had an existing program designed around minority male mentoring, and we have used this opportunity to rehab that particular program around some of the standards outlined for the grant. We had some mentors already built into that package, so we're going to, not reinvent the wheel and just pick up where this program left off in an enhanced fashion.
Awesome. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move right along. As you go through this process and identify the students that you'll be working with, it's important to consider conducting a welcome orientation with all identified students that will be a part of this mentoring program. And then as time goes, of course, selecting those mentors will be important as well. Being in that orientation, connecting with those particular mentees. And as you are going through the process of selecting mentors, one thing is important is to do a background check process. I'm not sure the policies of your institution, but for those who've already did this work, I'm not sure how that works at each institution in terms of background checks. If someone wanted to share in terms of your process, in terms of background checks for those who have to volunteer or mentor or coach or facilitate different workshops, but someone already have a process in place, that would be great to hear from. If not, I'll share some resources as it relates to background checks for mentors.
I have another question. So is it expected that we would have an individual mentor for each one of these students, or is it okay to do more? Because my approach was more like a group mentorship. So I've got, there's only a handful of us Black males on campus here. And so I was thinking about using a process like that where, I utilize them, and then we would also do some things such as like getting the students off campus and going and visit, some local business uptown that has, Black male and leadership positions and so forth. So yeah, I wasn't thinking that I would have individual mentors for each one.
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So if you already have mentors identified at the institution already, that's even great, even better. That way you don't have to go through another process of getting background checks if you have to go that route. If so, no, you would have to get additional background checks, but there should be some type of documentation in terms of commitment level, in terms of the process, stating that they will commit to this process of mentoring in this particular career process. And I'll be sharing it a little bit more in the training as well that I'll actually send out to each of you. But I wanted to just kind of get a gauge and what that's been looking like, or been giving thought around that as well.
Okay, thanks.
Anyone else?
Yeah, this is Doug Hall from High Point University. So kind of like the previous speaker that said about, kind of their approach, we're looking to do more of a group mentorship as well, because our aim is to really help our students understand the resources that they have access to. The mentors and the partners in this process are coming from the various divisions that we seek to include. Like, we want to expose our students to opportunities in global education. So we're going to bring our partners in from global ed to help and conduct a workshop or leadership and guidance around that. We wanted to expose our students to aspects of engaging in research. And so partnering with our Office of Undergraduate Research, so that way students can understand, what those resources look like, career and professional development. So that was like our aim there. And then obviously also welcoming our faculty of color in the mix as well too, to make sure our students understand who's here. So just really being creative internally with the resources we have. So that's our approach.
I love the group mentoring model. I do that here at my mentoring program because of the lack of interest or availability from males who desire to mentor and do it the right way. And again, sometimes it looks different for each school, it looks different for each program. But again, as you guys have been sharing, how you are implementing and going about it is definitely the right way. Outside of the mentoring training that I will share, you guys are on the right path so far. Any additional feedback, thoughts on your mentor-mentee connection? Awesome. Not sure if you guys know or not, but North Carolina has a mentor, NC Mentor. There's a hub of resources and opportunities where you can go to their website and get additional information around National Mentor Month. There's some, again, upcoming summit that's going to be taking place on November the 8th and 9th. So I wanted to provide this information to each of you so you can get involved into North Carolina Mentor, but also, again, learn a little bit additional information outside of what I'm sharing with you around mentoring. It's January, if you did not know, it's National Mentoring Month. It's a time where it's highly recognized across the country where various events can take place. Something to think about as you are planning your activities throughout this year and next year, specifically in January, where you can do meetup events collectively as the cohort, but also individually as schools come together with your own program and do different events on campus. But National Mentoring Summit is every January, the last weekend of each month. This next year, the 26th to the 28th, it will be a hybrid summit that will be taking place in Washington, D.C. So this is something to think about, something to add to your calendar as you prepare for, for the upcoming year and planning for your activities. So you can send students as well. But again, it's for coordinators, anyone, practitioners, anyone who is involved, any type of mentoring. So this is definitely something to think about, definitely something to consider as you're moving forward in mentoring. You can also register your school at the National Mentoring Association website. Go to their website, you'll see where you can register your school as a qualified mentoring program. As you continue this work beyond this pilot, you can again be supported by the National Mentoring Association. So there's something to not only think about, but definitely something to implement into your framework as you're recognized throughout North Carolina and also throughout the U.S. Any questions pertaining to that? Those resources. Awesome.
Marcel, will you be sending that out to them, those dates?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We have our next scheduled meetup coordinators meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, November the 17th at 1:30 through Zoom. Again, the purpose is for us to come together collectively, to collaboratively work together. Even as the project director, I serve as facilitating this project, but this is, this belongs to you guys as well. This belongs to you. You belong here. As we talk about iBelong mentoring program, we all belong together as we move these students in the right direction. Definitely excited that we all are here and connected to this process. So any additional questions as relates to information shared today.
One quick thing I did want to add, I believe Marcel sent out the link to our last meeting, the recording. So I will be giving him the link to this recording. So if there was anybody on your campus that couldn't attend, you will have access to that. Anything else we need to include?
I cannot think of anything else. Let's see, just looking here. Oh, I think we're good. Any other final words?
And you're still working on that listserv, right, Marcel? You were trying to get
Yep.
all the contacts first, so that
Yep,
that'll be
yep.
coming soon.
Yep, once I have, again, the remaining, I think, 1 or 2, but I think I have enough to go ahead and create that and send it over back to you guys. And we'll get that up hopefully by the end of next week. If you have any questions or concerns, unclear about anything, please feel free to reach out to me through email. If I don't get back with you right away, bear with me. Working on some other projects as well, but I'm here for you. If you want to set up an individual Zoom call, individual call, you have my number, you have my contact. I don't think we're doing any site visits at this particular time. Everything is virtually, but eventually those things I will end up doing within the new year as things are lifted up throughout this COVID experience. So again, I'm here for you. Again, I don't know everything. If I don't have an answer for you, I will find it. We'll find it together because we belong, right? We belong together. I'll continue to use that language. I belong. We'll talk about more in terms of shirts for the whole entire framework, but individually as your institution want to make it your own, it's totally up to you from what I've been shared from NCICU. So again, this is yours, make it your own. Again, we're grateful that you are here. If there's anything else, last chance. If not, I'll let you go. And again, we'll be talking to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Have a
Take
great day.
care.
All right.
You too.